Hey everybody, before the show starts, log on to musicmoneymakeover.com/shop to download all my books and free guides. And while you're there, make sure you click on the book a call tab to book a call with me to get all your questions answered and your problem solved. Enjoy the show. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Music Money Makeover Show. My name is Casey Graham. Thank you for coming back so much. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe below if you're watching these videos and you keep coming back but you haven't subscribed. Subscribe below, share, let people know about these videos. I want to let you know also that most of you have downloaded the profit maximization checklist below, the free joint, right? But the paid joint, I'm just keeping it real with you because I'm kicking a lot of game. I gave you every single step that you need to register every single account, and you can't go wrong with these steps because I'm really giving you what it was in my email. Every single step to register every single account, all right? And I wrote it in a book. I put it there. It's not that long of a read. I'm giving you practical information. Go download it. I want everybody to collect all of their money. So if you got the free joint, go get the user's guide. And then while you're there, matter of fact, just go buy the bundle. Go get the other books. It's cheaper when you do it that way anyway. So enough of my hustling and my selling books and all that stuff. Let's get into this information. This is Chris Lighty. We're talking about Chris Lighty, who was the manager to Busta Rhymes, Missy, Diddy, De La Soul, a Tribe Called Quest, all of that. These are his top 12 tips to managing artists when on the road. When I was doing it about 10 years ago, I was using some of these tips and they actually really work. And Chris Lighty, rest in peace to Chris Lighty. He died 2012 at the age of 44. And we lost a great person in the game. So, here it is. Here's his 12 tips. Let's jump into it really quickly. Don't drink or get high with the group. I recommend that you do not do this, right? Because that throws you off your rocker of professionalism. You want to stay above the artist right here when it comes to professionalism. Do not smoke. Do not drink. You might kick it a little bit, but don't be excessive with the kicking it and the chilling and all that stuff with the artists. You have work to do. Remain professional. All right. If you come by and you sip a little bit of water, say what's up, shoot with the artist, cool. Be out. Bounce. All right. Number 2, get your group out of town the night before you're supposed to leave. All right. Don't stay in the town. Let the group stay on the bus or in the van. Maybe you can rest every 3 cities. All right. The reason for doing this is because you want to make sure that you're not going to be in town for the after party, especially if you ain't getting a bag. Most things go down at the after party. Most shootings and all this stuff like this, if you're doing hip hop or any hardcore music, drug abuse, all that stuff like that goes down at the after party when you're not working, you're not being professional. Get them out of town and get to the next one, okay? So this means that your game has to be tight because you're going to be leaving at 2 or 3 in the morning. So you got to have your artists and your group together. The whole entourage, the musicians, all of that. They got to be together because if they're not, then everything's falling apart for you, okay? Now this is especially for if you're the middle group in the show or the opening act. You want to be there. Why do you want to be there? Why do you want to get out of town right after the show? Because you're going to be doing press and radio. This is a promo tour for you. So as the manager or the road manager, all of the press in each city should have been set up already. All right. So this is some really good game. Get them out of town, get them to the next city. And then maybe if they have a hotel room or some room or something like that in the next city, they can get there, take a nap, and you have press ready to go. All right. Get your group to places on time. This is number 3 right here. All right. So, and we're talking about waking up early in the morning. If the wake up time is 7 a.m., then you need to be up by 5 a.m. All right. It's going to take your artist or your group about an hour and a half to 2 hours to be ready to go. So you don't want to waste time. You're not going to be getting much sleep, but I'm telling you, this is how it's going to work. Get up. If wake up, like I said, this is an example. If wake up time is 7 a.m., you got to be up by 5. So you're ready to go. Your mind is set. You're clear. You did your yoga. You did your praying, your meditation, all of this. You got your ducks in a row. You go get them in a row. All right. So you want to look out for that. Just a little bit of information there. Number 4, you got to have a psychiatry major. You want to keep that mind game tight for yourself, but then you also want to have it tight for the artist, because you're going to be the person who's going to give that self-motivation, that game, that all that good stuff. All right? You're going to be giving that, kind of like I'm giving to you, to the artist, coaching them, pushing them, praising them, all this stuff like this to keep them focused, because they're dealing with a lot that you're actually not. Even though you're dealing with a lot, you're not dealing with the same amount of pressure as them, either from the label, from the publisher, from a bad article, for something that went wrong, from a litigation, from a lawsuit. All of the artist is dealing with all of that, and you got to be game tight with your mind so that you can handle that. Right? Gotta have that. You must lie. Sometimes that's your only option. This is number 5. You must lie to keep the artist out of trouble, to keep you out of trouble, to be a shield for the artist. That's what you have to do on the road, all right? Hey, man, it's such and such. No, they're not over there. No, they already left like 20 minutes ago. Dang, I'm sorry I missed them. Yep, but they're actually just behind you in a different car, right? Things like that. You got to lie to keep danger away, okay? To deflect things. All right, and to keep people out of your face, because a lot of times as a manager, you're going to get bombarded with demos and this, that, and the third, and the artist told them to come contact you for something, and you got to deal with that. Hey, man, I don't even know, but maybe here's a contact. You got to deflect all the time, all right? So keep that in mind. Number 6, find out who's the traveling leader in the group. All right, in the crew, you're going to have somebody who's going to wake up early all the time and always be on it. That's the person that you're going to want to have to motivate the group to keep them going, whether it be a band member or whether it be the lead singer, or if not, whether it be somebody else, a background singer, somebody else in the crew or in the group. You're going to want them to help you with getting the band members up and ready to go. This is going to be the team captain. All right, you're going to want to identify who's always on it. All right, that's going to be the winner for you. That's going to be your right-hand person right there. You're going to be putting some stuff on them so that they can get everybody in line here. Now, number 7, this wasn't a thing for me, but I hear this amongst managers. I've never seen Star Wars, so don't get mad at me. I've never seen any of them, but he suggests this. This is Chris Lighty's rules here. You have to watch Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi and learn Jedi mind tricks. Now, I agree with that. Okay, 9 out of 10 artists do not want to show up for press or radio or retail appearances and all this stuff. And you have to be able to get them to these locations, all right? Because they think that they're bigger than radio and press. And when they're getting, once they start to get a little cash here, 20,000 a show there, here or there, and all of that, they start to get beside themselves. And artists, I want you to understand, don't do that, because 20,000 ain't nothing, so... As a manager, you got to play Jedi mind tricks on the artist. And I'm telling you, if you don't, you're kind of going to be the sucker in this game right here. All right. But make sure you treat them right. The groups will eventually come to you and according to Chris, they'll say, what are we doing tomorrow? Or what's next on the schedule? All right. They won't even question your moves anymore. They won't move until you move. All right. So keep that in mind. Now, this is number 8. Develop an immunity to lack of sleep. Okay. You're just going to be tired. You might only get 4 or 5 hours on a good day. On a regular day, it'll be 3 to 4 hours of sleep. So this is what you signed up for as a manager or the road manager. Get used to it, okay? Now, number 9, be careful about what you eat on the road. Sometimes that, your only option may be a fast food restaurant or a McDonald's, but even that is bad food. So you want to have Yelp, and this is going to tie into the next one as well. You want to have Yelp on your phone to see what's a good place to eat. Now, according to Chris, he says that when outside of America, learn to read and find the basics. When I was in Europe, I survived on bread and water. Everybody's not going to like the regional diet or what they're eating in the region, all right? And he says, now this is for more expensive tours, don't be afraid to hire the chef on the road, bite the bullet, pay the extra money. Because fast food can be too dangerous. Too much of it can be too dangerous for the artist. You may end up with a sick artist, all right? So you want to have good quality food on the road to keep this artist running how they should, all right? Now, I told you that the Yelp would tie into this one. Number 10, at hotels, don't be afraid to use the concierge, all right? The concierge is going to tell you what's around the corner, what you should look out for here. Don't go down this street. Don't go down that street. All right, they're going to help you get your laundry done, get your clothes pressed, all this stuff like that. So, use them. Use the front desk people. All right. Number 11, when doing a show, don't bring your group to the venue unless you got half up front. All right. Or you got all the money. All right. Let's just correct that. Don't bring your group to the venue unless you got all the money. All right. Half the money should be paid to you up front before you get to the city. All right. And I want to say 2 weeks before you get to the city, because if you get the money 2 weeks before you get to the city and you're already en route, you got money. If they don't have the second half and you get there and you're at the hotel and they don't have the rest of the money and they're dragging their feet, you can just hop right on the bus and you got funds to keep going. All right. Get your money 2 weeks in advance and get the rest of the money 48 hours before you get there. All right. So that you know that the tickets are there, the hotel room is taken care of, all of that. All right. No less than 24 hours before start time of the show should you have your money. If it's any late than that, keep it booking, because you don't want to run into problems on the road. If you got to wait for Uncle Joe and them to come give you the money at 12 hours before showtime, you're in the wrong place, because now you're dealing with hustlers and all this stuff like that. You need that money to come into the account and clear. All right. This is the last one right here. I'm going to give it to you straight on this one. Keep the group away from sexual activity, or in Chris Lighty's case, keep the group or the artist away from the girls. All right, referring to men, because he managed a lot of male groups. All right, and I'm saying this because the artist can get robbed, can catch a case, they lose focus, they're late for the next show, they're thrown off at the next show, they start to give crappy performances, all this stuff. This is just too much distraction. You want to keep your artists focused when they're on the road. So when they're on this road, keep in mind, this is business. Go to the city, perform, pick up the bag. Or pick up the bag, perform, pick up the bag, perform, pick up the bag, perform. Bag, perform, city, bag, perform. It's just over. It's just a job. If they meet some groupies on the road, let them know, hey, look, contact them when we done. Fly them out when we done. But when we on the road, do not mess with the groupies, because it's going to throw your game off. Anyway, these were Chris Lighty's 12 tips on road managing, and I like to throw them in for management as well, because some of you will cross paths with the road manager as well, being a new manager or a manager right now. Don't forget to download the Profit Maximization Checklist, the user's guide to it, and the Musician's Guide to Self-Publishing on the musicmoneymakeover.com website. Thank you all for watching. I will see you all next week. Peace.
I'm at Rush Management a couple of years, and we get kicked out of Sony as Def Jam, and we go to Polygram. One of the first acts is Warren G. We're working on. We're moving from 298. We're in 2 different offices, like Def Jam. Part of it's atop of Rush, part of it is around the corner, up the block, around the way on Broadway. In between is Russell's house. So Leor decides we're gonna get new offices and we're gonna put everybody in one office. And we moved to 160 Varick. And he says, and we're shutting down Rush because we need to focus on the check, Def Jam. And I said, okay. And he said, take whoever you want. And I said, oh, okay, cool. So one of the first acts, at that time, I still had Tribe, and I loved Busta Rhymes. Busta was like one of the first artists I went and said, hey, I'm shutting down Rush Management, but you could come with me. And he says, okay, I'm gonna come with you. And then he comes, and we have a couple of other acts. I don't remember everybody at that time, but I focus on Busta because he was definitely one of the first acts at Violator after the Rush era that we put a lot of effort and energy into. And it's just a pleasure to be able to say, watch someone that's grown up and made their living off of hip hop.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching the show. Make sure you log on to musicmoneymakeover.com/shop to download all my books and free guides. And while you're there, click on the Book a Call tab to book a call with me to get all your questions answered and problems solved. I'll see you all soon.